ninth annual Mississippi Corvette Classic was held again this year at the Jackson, Mississippi Convention Complex on August the 3rd, 2019, benefiting the Diabetes Foundation of Mississippi.
Freddie Jones, President of the Mississippi Corvette Club, and I'd like to welcome you to the 2019 Mississippi Corvette Classic, our 9th year in this venue. We have a great show planned for you today. We're expecting 140 cars from all of the first seven generations. Sorry, but we will not have a C8 in here. There's not in production yet. But we have great silent auction. We have the National Corvette Museum. And as a real treat, we have Will Cooksey with us today, who's the Corvette plant manager for 15 years, from 1993 until 2008. Longest tenure yet. After him, they had never had anybody last more than about 3 years. But we also have Bad Girl Vets here, first class auto reconditioning. And we also have the Central Mississippi Chevy dealers with some great vehicles there. We're just glad that you could make our show and welcome you to come back for many years to come.
The 9th annual Corvette Classic began with the invocation by Mississippi Corvette Club member Gary Knight, followed by a beautiful rendition of the national anthem by Don Walker. Colonel Milton Griffith from the Mississippi National Guard recognized the veterans in attendance by presenting them with a commemorative coin in recognition of their service. One of the highlights of the Classic this year for me was to meet and get to interview Mr. Will Cooksey, the Corvette plant manager from 1993 to 2008.
I was the former plant manager for Corvette manufacturing assembly operations out of Bowling Green, Kentucky from 1993 to 2008. During that time, I had the distinct honor of working with UAW and the GM management team to put out some of the best Corvettes that money can buy. So if you own a 4th generation, 5th generation, 6th generation, we were there, me and my team at that time, making certain we made you happy. C7, we did a little bit of work on C7 while I was there, but it looks like the team continues to do well. And now we got a C8 that everybody's talking about, so we'll see how that comes along. Of course, I have no responsibility there. The only thing I can say is that we put the wheels in motion, making certain that the assembly operations in Bowling Green was among the world's finest, and the momentum continues on. So if you're thinking about buying a new Corvette or an old Corvette, please feel free to do so, because a lot of love and care went into those cars. So I continue to represent Corvette everywhere I go. I attend Corvette shows such as the one I'm attending right now, and I also sometimes participate, but most of the time I prefer to go to the shows, talk to the owners, answer questions. If there's something I can do to help them, that's indeed what I do. If they need to have a contact, I have them call me, and then I put them in touch with the right people. And then as a matter of fact, I told all of my people I work with in GM that since I was retired, now it doesn't mean you won't hear from me while I'm out in the field, I run into somebody that feels that they're not getting enough respect, enough attention on the problem that they have. So they know I'm a person of my word, and so I think we have mutual respect there. So today I did drive my Will Cooksey 2008 Crystal Red Special Edition 427 to the show, which I have it parked down among all these beautiful Corvettes. One of the fine crowning achievements there during my tenure. Last year, the Corvette team Normally, you don't get that kind of support where they decide that they'll let you autograph cars and say that this car is indeed some recognition that you need and that we given you, but they did. So I'm probably the first GM guy that ever had that opportunity. So I autographed 505 special edition vehicles, all crystal red. Every one of them sold seems like in a flash. And I still see some of them from time to time rolling around. People are still happy and in love with the car. So you can buy multiple Vettes too, by the way. You don't just have to have my Vettes. You can also buy Vettes that are being produced currently today and have just as much fun. Matter of fact, I got a Vette probably for every day of the week. I don't recommend that you go that way, but that's just my way of living life to the fullest. Thank you.
Around noon on Friday, the cars started coming in from all over the Southeast. Some of the cars were to be entered in the judging contest, and some were for display. All 7 series of Corvettes were present. Since there had been some rain early on Friday morning, everyone started cleaning up their car. One of the nice things about this show is that the show is inside and air conditioned. So after you get your car cleaned up, it will stay that way until the judging the next day.
Stephen Jones from Baton Rouge, Louisiana with the Baton Rouge Corvette Club. I'm here at the 2019 Mississippi Corvette Club video show in the Coliseum here in Jackson, Mississippi. I have a 2017 Z06 convertible that have the American flag theme along with my service as a police officer for the last 48 years. And what I've done with my car is through the aftermarket companies, I've been able to put wrap on the car to detail the car for car shows. I've had one of my club members has the hood liner after the American flag in my service to the Navy and to my police organizations that I've been a member of. With the rest of the car, we have the American flag theme throughout the car. My license plate on the car is USA 1 Vet. And so I use the American flag USA 1 moniker for the car because that's Chevrolet's moniker is USA 1. And it's displayed on the windshield of the car. I have the American flag in the rear of the car, in the trunk, up underneath the hood, in the interior of the car. I fly the flag during the parades, in which we do for homecomings and Mardi Gras parades down in Louisiana. And then I enjoy the car shows. We have about 14 cars from Baton Rouge, Louisiana here at the show, and we enjoy everything they're doing here for us, and we're just having a ball. Thank y'all so very much for inviting us.
I'm Billy Holiday from Madison, Mississippi, and we're showing our 2019 ZR1 today. This is the 1-year production car for the C7, the last front-engine Corvette. It's 755 horsepower, 715 foot-pounds of torque, and we're glad to be showing it today.
Hi, my name is Rich Villette from Baton Rouge with the Baton Rouge Corvette Club, and this is my car. It's a 2019 Corvette Grand Sport convertible. I named my car Jarhead, and I'm a Marine Vietnam vet, and I made all the modifications to my car in the theme of to honor war veterans. Like I said, I was a Vietnam vet. I spent my time there. I have no idea how I made it out of there, but I often think about the people that never had the chance to get out or enjoy lives like I have. I feel blessed. I've had a great life, and my Corvette I dedicate to all those who it served. So as you look around at my car, you could see the work that I had done to honor the vets.
Erwin Slay. This is Buddy Bounds.
Buddy Bounds.
And I purchased this car from Mr. Bounds here about 10 years ago, and used to see it sitting at his house, and we were able to ride by there after a couple of years to catch him at home, and we were talking about it. And when I purchased it from him, I told Mr. Buddy that when I got through with this car, I was going to call him and let him see it. And we finished the car, and today's the day that Mr. Buddy gets to see his car completely redone. So here's Mr. Buddy.
Well, it is indeed an honor to see it the shape it's in. I bought the car, it was been wrecked, from a friend of mine, and we were going to use it to rebuild it as a race car because my son was racing at the time and he was pretty good at it. Anyway, we rebuilt the car, we were going to use it to race with. But shortly after we ran a couple of races, this was at the International on I-20, they closed the track. So therefore we had to put the car back together and rebuild it. So I just built it to run around town in and enjoy it. But then Darwin came by and bought it from me, and he has made a brand new one out of it.
When I purchased the car from Mr. Buddy, we were able to take it and tear it completely apart and refinish the body, and gone through the interior and put new seat covers and carpet. But we've kept all the other original items, such as the door panels and console, as much of the original items as we could. I've kept the original wheels on it that came with the car. The car was 76 L82 and has the options of a rear window defogger, aluminum wheels, and the L82 option. And we thoroughly enjoyed this car, and I'm just so excited that Mr. Buddy could come today and see this car, because I told him that's what I wanted to have done once we got through, to get his approval on it. And so I'm so happy that he's here. But we've enjoyed talking about it and looking at the car, and I hope we can do this some more.
Here we are at the 2019 Mississippi Corvette Classic, and all the donations are going to go to the Diabetes Foundation of Mississippi, and we are really grateful to the Mississippi Corvette Club for their support every year. Every dollar stays in Mississippi, so we're able to support our programs and services. Right now we're gearing up for school to start and getting emergency boxes ready for schools and doing our school sweep subject training. We also do a lot of emergency patient assistance for Mississippi kids and adults. We're also getting ready for Mississippi's Walk for Diabetes, and we are looking forward to the Corvette Club joining us out at Southern Farm Bureau here in Jackson for our 25th annual walk this year. Everything that we do is for people in Mississippi that have diabetes, both type 1 and type 2 diabetes. We take care of children as well as adults. We have a lot of educational programs for health professionals and for patients. So once again, we really appreciate your support, and thank you so much. Got a lot of great cars out here, and I'm going to go take a look.
The total number of cars present at the 2019 Mississippi Corvette Classic was 132, which included those that were for display only. After the judging, the trophies were awarded. A special thanks to those who brought their cars, the Choice Award sponsors, and especially the major award sponsors. Without their help and financial support, we could not have been able to support the Mississippi Diabetes Foundation with a check for $24,250. Thanks again for coming and supporting this worthy cause. See you next year at the 10th Annual Mississippi Corvette Classic on August 1, 2020.